So, people have been asking me, how did I become one of the best healers in the game? Why did I choose this path, and what's my favorite part about healing? Well, I've decided today to share my wealth of expertise and knowledge on the subject, and my truth, my secret to greatness, if you will, is that I have no clue. I'm alt-tab playing Final Fantasy. Healing is just super fucking easy, man. Now that we got my Derek secret out of the way. Welcome back again. We're going to be finishing up the Absorb build today, so that should be exciting. I'm going to go into that a little bit at the end. As you would kind of expect, there's a lot of dungeons and not too much interestingness going on, so I'll just have some background. I did have one interesting thing, which I'll cut to here. I wasn't gonna record any of this dungeon, but then I ran into some interesting names here. Good old Midget Lover and Uncle Touchy. So that happened. But without further ado, let me actually start talking about the build. The most important thing about this build is, of course, the legendary enchant that kind of makes the build. We're using Dominant Ward Shield. I went over this in part 1, so I'm not going to go over it in detail, but it's been great. Epic enchants. We are utilizing Soul Restoration still. We're also utilizing Armor of Faith. So again, enchants I've touched on previously. The last epic enchant I'd recommend is Holy Servitude. Your greater heal ability now also applies a heal over time effect to the target for 12 seconds. This effect stacks 3 times. The mana cost of greater heal is also reduced by 10%. So it's really good. Greater heal is one that we are spamming in times of desperation. Maybe would be good to switch that to something like Flash Heal, but we just have so much more synergy with greater heal right now. Alright, so since this is the finale of the build, I am going to go over every single talent tree and point out anything important. So starting out in the Druid balance tree, we got Innervate. Innervate's just a great ability. I've also been using it to give my allies mana as well. For example, if the tank is going more of a caster build, sometimes that can be very important. They run out of mana mid-pulse. So been running Innervate, big fan of it. Then we also, in the restoration side of the Druid, we picked up their Revive. Their Revive isn't necessarily important for this build. As long as you have a Revive, that would be my recommendation. We also have a Ballast Curse, which is great. We talked about why we switched it out in the previous video, so I'm not going to do that, but that's what we're rocking with. We still have the Omen of Clarity. You could really... it's pretty hit or miss. I like having it when it procs, but is it worth 3 talent points? I don't know. So this is when you could definitely swap out if you have other talents kind of in mind. Then in the Hunter tree, we're still trying to Viper Sting. We're not really hurting for ability essence. As you see, we have 1 ability essence left over currently, so not too worried about it, but I would definitely get rid of this one if you had other abilities in mind. Then in the Mage tree, we have Conjure Water. We also have Mage Armor and Evocation. Evocation, another way just to get mana. Conjure Water, it's probably saved us a lot of money in terms of not having to spend it on actual water. And then we have Student of Mind. Now this is increasing our total spirit by 15%, and we gain that 15% of that spirit to our spell damage. So that's innate synergy. That is never going to be a bad thing. Then Blessing of Wisdom, we're also rocking for potential mana issues. Now you could invest more in generating mana, as you see from some of the clips. If it's a particularly dangerous pull, you normally get around halfway, maybe even less. Most pulls, as long as you're not spamming greater heal, you're just fine, but it can become a lot. So we have Blessing of Wisdom. You could justifiably get even more than Blessing of Wisdom. We also have Cleanse. Again, I talked about why we switched in the previous, but it has been serving great. I really don't have any comments on that. In the Priest tree, that's where most of our talents are going to be. So obviously we need Power Word Shield. We're also rocking Power Word Fortitude just for the extra stamina. Otherwise, nothing too kind of mind-blowing in here. We're still rocking the inner focus. We're still rocking most of the talents we had last time, with the exception of a borrowed time. I don't think we were able to finish capping that one off. We did pick up Grace kind of recently as well, just a nice buff to our total healing, because anytime we use certain spells on a target, they're going to get a buff to increase healing received. So, no, really, again, no craziness on that, no complaints. Then in the Holy Tree, we did pick up Guardian Spirit. Guardian Spirit is our oh shit button for the tank. So this is going to call upon a Guardian Spirit to watch over the friendly target. The spirit increases the healing received by the target by 40% and also prevents the target from dying by sacrificing itself. This sacrifice terminates the effect, but heals the target for 25% of their maximum health. Important that it's maximum health and not a flat amount, because obviously some of these tanks have crazy amounts of health, so 25% of their max is pretty good. We had Circle of Healing last time. We're still utilizing that. Really nothing too new. I mean, I picked up Serendipity. I don't think we had that last time. It basically just reduces the cost and cast time of our Greater Heal or Prayer of Healing every now and again. So the Read It, basically every time we cast Renew or deal damage with Smite, we get a stack, and then that stack goes up to 3 times, and it reduces those things I just said. Now, it's not just Flash of Light and Renew. Other spells can trigger it, but the only ones we have are Flash of Light and Renew, so that's the only ones I wanted to point out. I had 1 extra talent point when I hit level 70. We got Spiritual Healing. I can't think of one other thing I'd rather put 1 point into, but I mean, maybe you get rid of Omen of Clarity to get more spiritual healing, you know, just as an example. Then in the Paladin tree, oh, I went backward. In the Shaman tree, we actually did pick up a few totems. So first, we got Call of Elements, just so we can put multiple totems down at the same time. And then we got Totem of Wrath. So this is going to be increasing the spell power of all party and raid members and increases the critical strike chance of all spells on attack. So getting a critical on a heal has a few other effects for us, and obviously with Greater Heal, those are going to be big crits. So I'm super excited when we get those, so I'm happy to have Totem of Wrath. In Enchantment, we did also pick up the Wrath of Air Totem, so this is going to be giving us spell haste, because if we're already dropping down multiple totems, might as well pick some we like. And then in the Restoration tree, I actually picked up Tremor Totem. This is the reason I started looking at totems, because I got feared back to back in one of the dungeons, and it just made me sad. I didn't enjoy it. So we picked up Tremor Totem. We also picked up Healing Stream. It's a Healing Stream totem. It kind of makes sense. We still have the Water Shield and Earth Living, really nothing, again, groundbreaking there. And then, of course, we're still utilizing Life Tap. Life Tap has been fantastic for us. The one enchant that is not a legendary enchant or an epic enchant, but serves this build really well, is a enchant called Healing Shield. Your Power Word Shield heals the target for 3% of the damage it absorbs. Now, we look at that, then we go back to our dominant word Shield, which will give them not only the Power Word Shield absorbing more, over double its normal value, but it reduces the cooldown of Power Word Shield. So it can be up very, very frequently. So keeping that in mind, 9% of that, when you get 3 Healing Shield to then heal the person for you, the tank for you, it's great. You know, it's just good. It's just a good thing. So that's why we're using it. And I do not apologize. I just don't apologize. So that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Definitely, if you have any questions, comments, or any, concerns about the build I can try to address, let me know. And let me know what you want to see next. From a previous video, you probably know I have the Wrath of the Lich King Alpha. So if you want to see a particular build on that, or if you just want to see more builds on that. And also, definitely, I hate saying this, like the video if you like it, because then I know what I did was good. That's why I did the intro on this one, because I saw the intro did well in the previous one. But again, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.